If you plan to travel to New York, leave your firearm, even part of it, even if it's just something empty, any gun paraphernalia, leave it at home. That man, Avi Wolf, was jailed after telling TSA agents at LaGuardia Airport that he had an empty magazine. No rounds, nothing in it. It's just a piece of plastic. Hello and welcome back to the program. I'm Dana Loesch. That's part of a story from Fox News reporter John Stossel, and he says that if you plan to travel to New York, leave your firearm, even part of it, even if it's just something empty, any gun paraphernalia, leave it at home. Otherwise, authorities there will make your life miserable. This video, by the way, I've shared it on my Facebook page, Official Dana Loesch, is unbelievable. You have to see it. Now, Stossel reports that you go to New York with any of that paraphernalia, you'll face a felony charge, even if it's an empty magazine. You'll spend thousands of dollars in court costs for simply following TSA rules that aren't in sync with New York state laws. You'll even spend a day in jail. He joins us now to talk about these insane laws and the callous prosecution. John, it's so good to talk with you. This is amazing. This is red tape. They're going after individuals who have done nothing wrong. And as you outlined, and I love the fact that you confronted the DA. I mean, that was probably one of my favorite things ever. You confronted the DA. They apparently have all of this time in their hands. They're putting law-abiding Americans who go to the airport, who declare they do everything right, but yet even if they so much have an empty piece of plastic on their person, felony charges, I think you quoted $15,000 in court fees, and a day in jail. Tell us about this, because this seems more draconian than anything I've ever experienced.
They do about a person a week, and it's just mindless government. It's against the New York City law. The law doesn't care if it's loaded or not. In fact, if the bullets are locked up and the gun is locked up separately, we still consider that a loaded gun. If you don't like it, talk to the legislature. We're just enforcing the law.
Wow. And one person a week that they do this to. And this is, you have your, because I watched this, one of the women that you interviewed, the mother whose daughter was hysterical, understandably so, at the airport, and she had her ammunition all boxed up as TSA required. She had her firearm all boxed up as TSA required, but because they were in the same area, that's considered a loaded gun.
Right, and they didn't bother her coming into New York, and she spent the weekend, kept the gun in her hotel room. This was after the terrorism in Paris. She was traveling with her daughter and two other young girls, and she felt safer having it in her hotel room. It was only on the way leaving New York City, where she clearly wasn't going to do anything in New York, that they stopped her and locked her up.
Wow. And you also, the man that we just spoke about, he spent, and he was relaying to you the time that he spent in jail with people who had beaten up other people, people who committed theft. I mean, actual, serious crimes. And he went in because he had an empty magazine. There's nothing, you couldn't even beat somebody up with it, really, if you wanted to. You can't do anything with it, but that enough, a piece of paraphernalia. John, where do they draw the line? Because it seems that anything that's even remotely associated with firearms will land you in trouble.
Yes, you surprised me when you emailed that you're nervous about coming to New York, even without a gun, because you might have a piece of paraphernalia. I just think they are they're anti-gun. That's the mentality. It's New York City. And they mindlessly follow rules which are horrible for everybody.